I love my headphones. For the last couple of years or so, I've been on this big headphones kick of trying out a bunch of different types of headphones and trying to get different, sounds and different, fits and feels and whatnot. And it's been really fun. It's been an adventure. But one thing I've noticed is that coming back to my mainstays, I really appreciate them just that much more after going through everything that aren't these headphones. So I thought I would just kind of expand upon how much more I appreciate some of these headphones that have been around for a while in my arsenal of earwear, my arsenal of audio equipment. So first off, I want to talk a bit about my AirPods. These are the AirPods 4. Hold on, I gotta get a thumbnail, right? Good enough. These things are still great because of the shape, the sound, the convenience, the comfort. Everything is still exactly what I wanted, and I love it. But I've started messing with a couple of the features, and I really appreciate those too. So for the noise cancellation, something I kept saying I don't need that. Well, I played around with the feature a little bit. I've noticed that one of those I did try was just the active noise cancellation. Um, I tried it on a car ride to get rid of like the background road noise and stuff. Also, while it's in my ears, so I'm not bugging other people with my music. And I will say that it was pretty admirable. These don't make a seal around your ears; they don't block your ears, so sound's still gonna get through. And it did kind of reduce the amount of bass I heard because of all of the rumbling and stuff of driving on the road. But it did cut down significantly on the road noise, like the droning bits of noise. So like it's really good for that. Pretty well. I had my volume lower than normal and could still hear stuff. Some of the audio was a little weird, and I don't know if that was the noise cancellation doing weird things with how loud I was listening to this and whatnot, picking up the audio from itself or something, or if it was just the signal from being on the road and not getting the best, quality stream at all times of the music I was listening to. Could be either one, but it was definitely doable. I only really use it at home if I'm just like not using other headphones and I want to listen to these. I'll probably turn on active noise cancellation for that too, just to get rid of, air conditioner or something like that, little things in the background. Not usually necessary, but I can. However, transparency mode has been awesome because that's exactly what I wanted for walking home. Before, I just had noise cancellation off so I could hear things around me more passively. But with transparency mode, it uses the little microphones on the outside of your ear there, of the outside of the buds, and it's like, uses that to pipe audio into your ears, and it sounds like really natural as well. It doesn't sound like I've used some other headphones with this feature that are cheaper than this that definitely sound like they're piping in audio from a microphone. These sound pretty natural. So if somebody like drives by, or I hear somebody says something to me when they're walking by or something, whatever, I can hear stuff around me while my music still plays. And then another part of that as well. Somebody stops and wants to start talking to me or something, or going into the post office or something like that. I'm like, oh, well, I want to stop my music. I start using little like things on the end onto these. You can go in and like squeeze the little like stem there. You have to actually squeeze it. You can't just touch it, which is good because you'll never accidentally do the stuff. But you squeeze that, pauses the music. Easier than taking my phone out and swiping and then unlocking and like pushing the thing there. It's a little easier to just go boop. Okay, have my chat or go and do my business and then boop, music's back on and I can keep going. Excellent. So I'm really really happy with just some of those little extra bits that I wasn't using before, and I might miss it if I don't have those in them now. So we'll see what happens if anything happens to these. But I'm hoping they'll last for quite a while before I have to consider getting a different pair anyway. So I'm pretty hopeful. However, you know that my mainstays, of course, are the good old Sony MDR 7506 headphones. And if they look a little different, that may be because I added new pads on them, so they're not flaking off anymore, which is good. These are made out of like sheepskin or something, like sheepskin leather, so they should be more durable and last longer. The other ones lasted like 5 years. They're a bit like cheaper ones that went with it, but I'm guessing these will hopefully last even longer. But even just as long is not too bad for like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. And they weren't really that hard to put on here. I'll have a video about that coming out eventually when I have some more time with them. But I've been using them for a few weeks anyways, and they are really good. Sound really sounds pretty much the same to me. I don't really notice a difference. They're just more comfortable. They look a bit nicer. There's more padding on them, mostly because they're new, I guess, as well. I'm sure the other ones were a bit more cushioned when I first got them, but I don't specifically remember. So, yeah, this isn't broke, and I didn't fix it. And again, after listening to a bunch of other headphones, chasing the sound of like, oh, the really bassy stuff, or like, you know, that fun sound like that, I really just missed the details in these. They don't have the most bumping bass, but they do have good bass. It sounds good in this. If something is mastered well, it's going to sound good in these. And whether it's listening to music or editing stuff or playing games, whatever, this is just kind of the go-to headphones I have for almost everything when I can. And they remain the go-to with their great amount of detail. I'm really happy with them, especially for like $100. And lastly, there is the good old PC38X headset. And this bad boy, oh, it's well, again, listening to a bunch of other headphones, the actual headphone part of these I appreciate, just because I may not like the overall way the sound works with these, with how stuff feels like kind of spaced out or just like it's empty to me because of the soundstage stuff, and I'm used to more stereo claustrophobic kind of sound. I will say that it still has a good amount of detail that other headphones do not. And it's just better quality than a lot of the cheaper ones as well. So I still really enjoy the comfort and everything of these. They're super comfortable. Being open is good to hear stuff without having to, like, you know, have audio piped into them. I can hear like my TV or something else outside of there while this is plugged into a different audio source for like voice calls and stuff is still excellent. But the other thing about it that I also have been really appreciating is this microphone here. This thing I've used a few times now. I've started plugging this in. I found out I can actually plug it into the mic in on my camera and use this microphone. And it doesn't sound as good as some of my other microphones, sure, but it sounds pretty good. And especially it's nice for being like, if I'm behind the camera or like moving around my camera and stuff, and I'm not actually in front of here and on screen where the mic is pointed at me, it's really good to have consistent audio plugged in this way because it's always just right in front of my face. So I kind of like that, and I've actually been using it more and more, so you're probably going to hear this mic a bit more. While it's not the most stereo or anything, it does sound pretty good, so I'm just even happier with this now. It is something that I'm now appreciating the sound more, and also just having even more uses for it. Really very happy with this set of headphones, as I am with all of them. So that was my little ramble, thing about how, yes, some of my old mainstays are my mainstays for a reason, and I just like that I'm appreciating them even more. Because, yeah, sometimes you don't know how good something is until you're away from it for a while, and then it's like, oh, man, I really miss these. And thankfully, I didn't have to get rid of them to feel that. I just had to not use them for a little bit, or discover something new about them that I never knew before. And I don't know how to really end this video either, but, how about you guys in the comments, if you'd like, if you want to. You can share some of your favorite headphones, and why. Like, how long have you had them? How long have you used them? What do you use them for? What do you really appreciate about them after all this time? Why do you keep coming back to them? That might be a fun discussion to have. But if not, it was fun to talk about it anyway. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Probably here on this channel at some point. Unless I die.